Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville reveal their Premier League predictions for the season as both make bold top four calls, with Man United legend insisting their midfield is better than Liverpool's. After nearly missing the fixture through injury, 37-year-old Jamie Vardy rescued a point for Leicester against Tottenham on Monday, bringing the first round of fixtures to the new campaign to a close. However, despite failing to maintain their lead at the King Power Stadium, Carragher insisted Ange Postecoglou's side have the quality to secure a top four place this season, having so narrowly missed out in the Australians' maiden campaign in charge. The former Liverpool defender backed Arsenal and Liverpool to finish ahead of Spurs in the chasing pack, but found no room for Manchester United. Neville returned the favour shortly after as Liverpool were conspicuous in their absence in his tipped top four. The Reds have only missed out on a Champions League place twice in the last decade, but Neville claimed the upheaval following Jurgen Klopp's departure could have serious consequences for Arne Slot's side this season. My view would be that the impact of Klopp will take its toll just going off evidence of history, Neville said. Evidence of history of a manager like that leaving at some point, I think there will be some pain this season for Liverpool, and it could cost them. Neville went on to insist that while Liverpool have a better forward line than United, Erik ten Hag's have the edge when it comes to strength in depth in midfield. Liverpool have got far better forwards, that is the thing that they do have, Neville added. If I look at Manchester United's midfield players, if you add I think equal coaches, and we don't know what Erik ten Hag and Arne Slot are going to match up like. I do think Liverpool, with Endo, Szoboszlai and McAllister, that they've done unbelievably well to get the performance levels out of those three that they have, Jurgen Klopp. I really do question that midfield is going to stand up throughout the season, and if it does again I take my hat off to them. Well done. Unbelievable. Prove me wrong. I think Manchester United have got more in midfield. I think they've got more depth, and they've got good players in there. Kobbie Mainoo, who's coming into that now, alongside Casemiro, Fernandes is in there, Mason Mount's in there. Meanwhile, last season saw Arsenal once again take Manchester City right down to the wire, with Mikel Arteta's side in touching distance of a first Premier League title in 2 decades right until the final whistle of the final day. Ultimately though, it was City that retained their place at the top of the table, becoming the first club in the history of the top flight to win 4 titles on the bounce. Both of last season's contenders got their respective campaigns off to a winning start this weekend, but Carragher and Neville were split when it came to deciding who will top the table in May. Carragher backed Pep Guardiola's side to maintain their reign of dominance, while Neville insisted Arsenal are capable of going all the way. They're just getting better, they're getting nearer, and I don't know, I feel they'll do it, the former Man United star said. I feel they'll do it at a certain point. And look, you can never be 100% because of what Pep Guardiola does. He wins always. But I feel Arsenal getting so close, and they're so consistent that this could be the year. While both pundits predicted that both Southampton and Leicester are doomed for an instant return to the second tier, Carragher insisted Ipswich have what it takes to survive and placed Nottingham Forest on the chopping block. Neville tipped all 3 promoted sides to suffer relegation this season, but warned that it happening for a second season in a row would serve as an indictment of the growing financial disparity between clubs in the Premier League and the Championship. My fear is that the 3 teams do go down again, he said. My fear actually isn't that. It's that it's getting harder. The gulf between the Championship and Premier League, I think, is getting bigger. I also think there's an element of the Championship clubs that are coming up now are using it as a fund to actually rebuild the finances, to rebuild the stadium, to use the money, rather than blowing it all on the playing squad, and still potentially going down in a year or 2. They're actually using it as a profit center to actually put money back into the club, which I'm not saying is wrong, but that's my fear of what could be happening at this moment in time. We are eager to see how it plays out. Which team do you think is going to grab the win this time? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting updates.